Hello again, I am Blunty, and not too long ago I reviewed this, which is the Cygnett Charge Up 10,000, which is a wonderful, wonderful battery backup thingy. A couple of USB ports on the top there, each capable of squirting out 2 amps simultaneously, and a lovely little digital display to tell you exactly how much charge we've got left, 98%. I need to top that up before I go on my trip, and I will be using this on my trip, because like I said before, it's the best one I've ever used, and I've been using it ever since. Cygnett have since sent me the smaller version as well, which is exactly the same, except it's 6,000 mAh, which makes it a little bit less capacity, but it's also much cheaper, smaller, and lighter, and it is significantly lighter. So, I mean, it's crazy light. So if you're just up to something sort of small, compact, cheaper, to slide into your purse or your bag or whatnot, to just give you a few charges throughout the day instead of this, which is fantastic for, traveling, and when I'm shooting events and stuff, I was using it to charge up my iPhone and my GoPro and stuff like that, because it's got huge amounts of capacity, then, that I've been playing with as well, and it works exactly the way this one works. A couple of USB ports out the back there. It's got the same digital readout. I need to charge that one. I've drained it through all my testing. But yeah, so that's not what this video is about though. Traveling. Power while traveling is what this video is about, which is why we started there, because that's part of my solution for that. The other solution, big travel tip, is you take a power board that has, a bunch of your local power things on it, in this case Australian, and instead of, grabbing one of those power adapter thingies for all of your different devices, you just use one on your power board, and that way you can get, one foreign plug-in and get, six local outlets. That's a travel tip. I've been using that for years, and it saves a lot of clutter and stuff. But of course, that's only part of the problem, because once I get that in my hotel room, a lot of my stuff charges up via USB. So the power board winds up looking something like this, with all these things sticking out of it, with a bunch of USB ports. And yes, you can get ones with multiple USB ports and stuff out of it. And there's also a couple that don't charge off USB, like my camera battery charges stuff, so they go in there as well. And that's a very simple, tidy solution, and it gets the job done. It has been getting the job done for many, many years, but that's a lot of things to pack, and it's it's fairly hefty as well. So one of the latest things that Cygnett has sent me, when they sent me the smaller battery backup thing, this is just what they sent with this other thing they were sending. It's this, which you can't really tell what it is, but that's the black version, but I've got a white version over here. This is the Cygnett Supercharger UFO 5. I think it's what they call it. 5-port USB Cygnett, Supercharger USB. Get the product name right. And this is one of those multi-point USB charging devices thing I was telling you about. You just plug in your standard sort of figure-8 little power cable there, which you can either use an adapter with like that, or you can get those in your in your foreign equivalency and just use one cord with that, any adapters and stuff on it. That's the joy of having a detachable power cable there. But this has 5 ports all around it. Where's my little cable? So I've got little 10cm long cables from Cygnett, which they also sent me, because they're fun. And they help keep things tidy when just next to your hotel bed and whatnot. The minimum amount of wire clutter and everything is fantastic. And this has 5 amps of capacity, so you can charge your smartphone and your iPad and your smartwatch and 2 other USB type devices. You're charging. Some cameras charge off USB these days as well, which is very handy. Makes it so much easier than having to carry on a special charger and everything. But anyway, I've been putting this thing through its paces over the last couple of weeks around here at the home, just making sure it's going to get the job done when I'm traveling, because you don't want to... Here's another travel tip. If you buy a gadget for traveling, use it at home for at least a week before you travel. I know far too many horror stories when I used to work in retail. People would buy cameras the day before they're due to fly off overseas, and they don't learn it, they don't test it, they don't make sure it works. And no. Before you travel, test your device. And that's what I've been doing with this. My only complaint about this is the blue light on the back there is incredibly bright. I don't know whether you can see it on camera, because my studio lights are quite bright. But if you have this thing sitting the wrong way up, for example, it projects a massive blue spotlight on the ceiling. So... But that's not the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to sit that way up and sort of illuminate the sort of top of the desk and stuff. It looks really cool doing that, but it is quite bright, so I think I might whack a little bit of gaffer tape over there, because as we all know, gaffer tape solves all problems in the world. If it moves, and it shouldn't, gaffer tape. If it doesn't move, and it should, WD-40. And if it's way too bright, then gaffer tape. But yeah, very tidy piece of technology, a nice simple gadget. There's not much I can really tell you about it. It's just a thing with a bunch of USB ports in it. What I can tell you though is it's small, it's light, it gets the job done. It's got plenty of power to squirt out to charge up a bunch of devices at the same time. It's been flawlessly functional in my testing. Again, there's not too much that can really go wrong with it. It's just distributing power, really. Things I do like about it is the way it's shaped. It means all your USB comes out at different angles, so you never have that issue of a particularly fat USB cable that it has a slightly chunkier plug on it. It's not going to interfere with any of the other ones like you can get when you have sort of, you know, those devices that stack a bunch of USB things right next to each other. That has been an issue for me in the past. But yeah, that's a clever design. Being round, it means it's got no corners, doesn't catch on anything. It's nice to slip into your pocket or bag or purse or whatnot. But yeah, it's a USB power supply thingy. There is literally nothing else I can tell you about it besides the fact that I like it, and I happen to have a second one that I'm going to give away. So what you need to do to win this, and it will be a very short competition, just 1 week from when this video goes live, which will give me time to go away and come back from my trip, thereabouts. I think I've done that math right. Anyway, either way, competition closes 1 week after this goes live. What you need to do to win this is drop into the comment section down below, give me your very best travel tip or favourite bit of travel technology. Either one will do. Either is a valid entry into this. So yeah, like my power board with... I mean, no, I didn't invent this. But you'd be surprised how many people have told about this and they went, oh yeah, that is a smart idea. I normally buy like 5 of these things. No, you idiot. Powerboard solves all your issues. Well, powerboard in this now, I can... Now, see, the thing about this is now I can carry a much smaller powerboard, which brings my gear bag weight down even more. It means I can carry less of these individual USB charger things, which drops the weight down even more. Smaller, lighter, less clutter, less things to go wrong, less things to lose. Just, you know, this, a small sort of 4-port power board, so I can charge all my USB devices off this, use the other 3 ports for the camera stuff, and the adapter. And, you know, I'm a much happier man. The less stuff I have to lug about when I travel, the happier I am. So, you know what to do. Leave your comments. Thanks for watching. I am Blunty. We'll catch you next time, and I gotta go pack. I'm on a plane soon.